Good morning. So it's time to start our fall vegetables, and that's kind of what I wanted to go over in this video. Some of the seed starting mix that I'm working with, and what we're starting, or what I've already seeded, and now I need to go through and cover them with some more soil. So let's go ahead and get started. So I got this big container here that I'm working with and mixing my seed starting soil. I've got a combination of different soil that I'm mixing for my seed starting trays. So I just took this cheap bag of seed starting mix. You can pick it up at Walmart. It was $6. You get it about a pound, I think. Let me see. 12 dry quarts, 3.4 pounds. What I'll do is I'll open this, mix it in my container, which I showed you outside, with several scoops of the broken down duck composting, sitting out for almost half a year now. That with the duck composting in my container, I got it wet. I filled all of these trays here, and we started our champion collards. Some of these take 60 to 70 days. These different varieties I started, all of my brassicas. This is the Waltham 29 broccoli. I got the DeChico, however you want to say that. I did my cauliflower snowball. It's a smaller type cauliflower. I've been trying to make cauliflower rice as well, so that's a good one for making your own cauliflower rice. And then we did the cabbage. Now, Red Rock cabbage takes a long time. I think it takes like 90 days. So these will grow in these are 3-inch seed trays too, by the way. So I fill all of this up with my seed mixture, and I make sure it's wet before I put it in my seed trays. I didn't show that. I wished I would have. I did it when it was pretty hot out and did not feel like recording that, but here we are. So what I'm gonna do is, this is cabbage. I sowed heavily, and you can actually see some of these seeds here. So what I'll do is I'll take some of the mixture from here and just lightly top it off, and make sure there are no big chunks of, sticks and stuff, because this does sometimes have that in the soil mix here, but you don't want that smothering over your seeds. So you can see that right there is a seed, that's a seed. So I'll just lightly sprinkle some of this over the top of each one, and then lightly mist it, because the soil's already damp. And just a little mix over the top. Push all of that down. These take a while to get established enough to where you can plant them out in your garden. These 3-inch cell trays, you have plenty of time for these to get established. You want them to get about maybe 4 inches tall before you plant them out. And these trays will allow that root system to grow. And then the other thing is, you want to make sure you keep them watered. And here I bring them in during the heat of the day. And then early morning, which I'm fixing to do this, is take these out And that way they'll get the late evening sun and also the early morning sun. And I will continue to do this until it's time to plant them out in the garden because it's so hot. We were in triple digits and consecutive weeks of just really hot 100 actual temps, no rain, and my Brussels I started are struggling. They're teeny tiny and they've been in their trays for probably 4 weeks now. So they're struggling. I went on ahead and added a few more seeds to their trays to see if I can get more to come up in case, you know, those don't make it, which they're hanging in there. But they're teeny tiny with maybe 2 leaves. And they take a long time to grow, like at least 100 days. One of them is 85 days, the other one is 100. With that all being said, I just wanted to kind of clarify how I'm handling these seedlings, my lettuces as well. I'll show you those. We started. So I separated some of the butter crunch because I had a few growing in the same tray. So I went on ahead and separated those this morning. And this is the red romaine. And these are the same 3-inch cell trays. Red romaine. So you can see they have struggled, but that's also because there were clusters in the same tray that I had originally started them in, and now they're up potted into these bigger cell trays. So we have some lettuce here, and then hopefully we'll have our broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. We'll go ahead and take these out since we have a little bit of an overcast too today. I hope that made sense and didn't sound complicated with the mixture. You can just get you a seed starting mix from your big box store, dampen it, fill in your seed trays like I have here. Some of the other greens that I want to grow are my kale, spinach, parsley, trying to think what else. So I have my seed trays ready to go at least, and I'll keep them watered until I get ready to add some of those seeds. I'll probably wait till maybe the first week of September. The trick is though with the heat, you got to keep, you know, your plants happy, keep them watered, provide shade if they're outside. They're gonna struggle in the heat. So sometimes, like I said, I'll bring mine in if it's too hot. And when I mean too hot, I mean like 90 plus in the shade. So I was going to show you those Brussels sprouts. So over here, this is a shady area. This is the Brussels sprouts that I started. So I did scatter the Brussels sprout. You can see the little seeds here. Just give everything a light cover. And now we got all of our little seeds covered. Just gonna water these in carefully. My watering can is busted here on the side, so I'm gonna try just gently drizzle this water on them. That was a little more was wanting. Between the moist potting soil that I had put in here earlier and then the top little light dressing I did. This one got a little too much water. And it's dripping. Just making sure. That's another reason why you don't want sticks in your potting soil, because it could prevent drainage from below. And they are in a tray that will collect the water. But just make sure you keep everything watered during this heat we're under. And I'll be bringing them in too, so. What are you doing, Cinnamon? You know, finding some bugs. And they have all already molted, but Cinnamon, she's my Americana. Her, right there. She's the last one to molt. This here will be parsley, kale, mustard greens, and other greens. I'll go through my seed packs, and when I get ready to plant those in here, what I'll do is start some more lettuce seeds in these containers, or if I don't do them in these containers, I'll put them in here, because we'll start putting lettuce out in them beds maybe like in October, maybe, we'll see. It all depends on the climate too. So yeah, we're just getting all of these seeds, starting trays and stuff filled and ready for whatever we want to start next. I'm gonna work on this bed here, but hopefully this wasn't complicated. Just get your hands on some seed starting soil and get your brassicas going. Just make sure your soil's wet, put your seeds in, and then lightly cover them, and then lightly water them in. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try to get to them. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.